I know for a fact that I only want to date wealthy men, period. I also, for me personally, I don't date black men. I do not date black American men for like romance or what have you. Now, the black men that I do quote unquote date, I date them for sex, so those are really Caribbean men, but I just don't fuck with American men because I also, a requirement of mine is to not deal with men that deal with trauma. I also choose to deal with men that are at the top of the food chain, and I choose to deal with men that are in power, and I choose to have men in my life that are decision makers. Those are white males, right? Those are everybody but a non-black American male. That's me. Don't hate the player, hate the game. But I'm extremely clear that that's what's important to me. And so I very deliberately seek out men that can deliver that. I love the status that I get when I'm with men that are in power, that have money, what have you, because that status flows directly down to me. I'm the beneficiary of all of that. And I like that. I appreciate that. And I really need that. I also need someone that understands the lifestyle that I create for myself and that can create that for me as well. I do luxury travel and all those things. So one of the things my great grandmother told me from the time I was like 4 years old, she told this to myself and my mother, is that you can do bad by yourself. Now, when I was 4, I didn't know what that meant, but when I got older, I understood what that meant. That meant that if I'm doing bad, why do I have a man around with me? So all the things that I can afford to do myself, I need a man that can do more for me, and I can do a lot for myself. You see what I mean? So you can do bad by yourself. I don't need somebody around and I'm just doing okay. I need you to enhance me. So it has to be someone that's in a position to enhance me, my life, my experiences, or what have you. Another thing too, I am very feminine, and I also am very strong in my conviction and in my personality. But what I think men should do, men should take care of women. And so I allow men to be men. I also choose men that are pleasers, men that derive their pleasure from making the women in their lives happy, financially, sexually, emotionally, what have you. So I choose pleaser men. How do you know a guy's a pleaser man? You just listen to what he says. You know, if a guy's like, a woman has to do this, do that, whatever, get him on. That's what I mean when I say, close your mouth, open your ears. Let men tell you who they are and what they are. I love pleaser dudes. And I'll say things to them such as, I love men that are responsible and that love taking care of women. Do you? And they'll say yes or no. If they say yeah, then I know I got my dude, right? It's so easy. And you guys, these men are everywhere. They're everywhere when that's what you command of them, y'all. So if y'all dating chuckleheads and folios, stop, because you can have what you want.
Ladies, you got to be smarter than this, especially when you are looking for women to give you relationship advice on social media. I love it when women go out there and generate their own income. I talk about that all of the time. But what I don't like is how selfish a lot of these women are and how they try to encourage you to be that way, because any other method they have used in order to choose the right man has never worked for them. Any woman over 35 can get on social media and classify themselves an auntie and give you all types of relationship advice that will teach you how to be worse off than you were before. There are a couple of red flags that I saw inside of this woman's message, and I'm going to be very clear about this. I do not know this woman personally. I can only base my perspective and my opinion off of this series of videos that she posted on TikTok, which are just as toxic as every other hypergamy hoe. All these bird brain basicas out here. This is the typical narrative that women are out here pushing that is so toxic and so bad. And it's not going to help you get what it is that you truly want. Most of y'all want to be married. Y'all want a husband. Y'all want to have a family. Y'all want to do all of that. But when y'all listen to women like this, you don't understand that this woman is teaching you how to have access to a lot of men. Not a special man, not a man that was designed for you, not one life partner that you need to have. She's talking about these men and all these men. And there's so many men out here basically teaching you how to have a variety of men. And most of y'all don't need that and or want that. You only want one man. So my first red flag after listening to this bullshit was when she said that she has casual sex with black men and that's it, but they have to be from the Caribbean.
I also, for me personally, I don't date black men. I do not date black American men for like romance or what have you. Now, the black men that I do quote unquote date, I date them for sex. So those are really Caribbean men, but I just don't fuck with American men.
Now, that lets you know right there's some type of toxic thing going on with you to begin with if you feel like casual sex is something that you should be doing. It's a lot of self-hatred there when you say something like, well, I don't date inside of my own race, but I'll go ahead and have sex with them. If you feel like men who are black are trash, why would you even want to open up your body to them? What's the point in even doing that? You have to be demented to experience a level of pleasure with the type of man that you look at as trash. There's something not right with this woman. I'm not sure how old this woman is, but I can tell by, how she wears her makeup, how she wears her hair. She's not necessarily what a lot of men in general are looking for when we start talking about wealthy men, and some of them who are as shallow as they seem to be, as they tell y'all they are. Any woman could get on social media and claim that she's the patriarchal version of femininity. Are you a black woman who is tired of feeling invisible or misunderstood? Do you struggle with embracing and celebrating your natural beauty and strength? Well, I'm here to help you out, sis. My guide is here to help you unlock your full potential as an empowered, confident, and radiant black woman. My comprehensive guide covers everything from skincare and healthcare to fashion and self-love. I provide practical advice, inspirational stories, and empowering affirmations that will help you navigate the world with grace and courage. Join the movement and embrace your black femininity today. You can go to Amazon right now and purchase my book, or you can go to SonceraeMonique.com and grab a signed copy of Becoming Her, a Black Femininity Guide, written by me, Soncerae Monique, dedicated to you. But at the end of the day, when we start factoring in what men truly want, they want to be able to impress other men around them. And they will be unable to impress other men around them in such a shallow way if they have a woman who is over 35 or a woman who isn't up to par as far as her physical appearance. This woman right here on a scale of 1 to 10 has to be at least maybe a 5, okay? And that's not enough in the eyes of these men who want to flaunt around a woman. They want a woman with natural hair. They want a fairer skinned woman. They want a woman who's younger. They want a woman who's more fit. She just doesn't make the cut when it comes to what men want as far as physical appearance go. And we're just talking about just from us sitting here listening to men talk about it on podcasts. I'm not talking about just me and my personal opinion of this woman. I'm talking about after listening to all of these podcasts of men claim what they gonna do when they get wealthy, or what wealthy men do, or high value men do, or quality men do. If you listen to men, obviously this woman does not fit the bill at all, right? Now, there's something about the way a woman carries herself that can captivate a man's attention like nothing else, okay? Whether it's the curve of her hips or the way her dress hugs her figure, there's a certain magnetism that draws men to us. But it's not just about physical beauty. It's also about the way a woman presents herself to the world. A woman who takes care of her appearance and dresses in a way that makes her feel confident and comfortable is a woman who radiates grace and elegance. And when a man sees that, it's hard not to fall for her, So yes, men love a woman's physical appearance and the way she dresses, but it's so much more than just surface level attraction. It's about the way she makes men feel and the way that she inspires men to be better. And we're just talking about initial attraction here.
I also choose to deal with men that are at the top of the food chain, and I choose to deal with men that are in power, and I choose to have men in my life that are decision makers. Those are white males, right? Those are everybody but a non-Black American male. That's me. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
This is the type of echo chamber negative narrative about men that women listen to that ends up keeping them single. You have to stop listening to so many different women on social media. Even if you feel like I'm not your vibe, hear me when I tell you that pay attention to what's being said to you and think about it logically. Don't just look for red flags in men, look for red flags in these women that y'all listening to on social media, because a lot of them are teaching you how to be gold diggers and to be out here looking for a wealthy man when wealthy men are a small percentage of the population all over the world. Y'all are all going after the same type of men. And then at the end of the day, y'all don't even have the finances necessary to be able to keep up with a man who is wealthy. And let's keep it all the way buck. Most of these non-Black wealthy men, they believe in collective success, and it has something to do with them mating and marrying women of their own race, women who also come from a wealthy family, and women who also have education and money. So if you come to them as a broke ass Black woman talking about you don't date your own race, they're going to look at you like you're crazy. You're expecting them to depreciate their own value and date you and date out, knowing that the people of their own race are going to look at them in disbelief, some with discomfort, some will even break ties with them. Think about this. You are limiting yourself when you only go after wealthy men, or you put out this negative energy into the universe, telling the universe you only want a specific type of man because you hate your own race of man. You never win when you do that. That's not how karma works. Okay, yeah, you like luxury travel. We all do. Yeah, you like the finer things in life. And usually when you have all of that, you're not necessarily looking for a man to provide that for you. That's how I can tell the difference from women who claim that they're wealthy, but they aren't really wealthy. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing on this planet that a man could buy for me, or a place he can take me that I can't take myself, because there's nothing I can't afford. Because in my mind, if there's something that I truly want, I just figure out how much it is and then go out there and go get the money to get it. I'll sell whatever I need to sell to get it. I don't need the men in my life to be able to provide those things for me. Now, if that's your preference and you want men to be able to buy you everything, say that. Just say that you're selfish. Let men know that that's the type of woman you are. Because what I notice about y'all and this advice that y'all be giving each other, it's never about who you are for a man. It's always what you can get from them. So when men say these negative things like Black women are selfish or Black women are XYZ, and y'all sit there and be like, this shit is not a figment of their imagination. Y'all are exactly the shit that they be saying Black women are all of the time. And one of the number one issues that Black women have is this level of selfishness, this selfish spirit. We all want a man who is responsible and who loves taking care of women. But the problem is what you ladies are doing are misusing these men. And then when they figure out that your true motive is only you benefiting from being around them, and then they turn around and complain about it, and y'all sit here and try to make it seem like it's not true, or your feelings are hurt because you're hearing men say all of this negative stuff about you. It's real hypocritical. So yeah, want the kind of man that you want. If you want a wealthy man, okay, go out there and look for a wealthy man. But I'm telling you, at the end of the day, I'm telling you, you're going to be this old ass auntie sitting here still looking for a wealthy man, because you listening to women who are teaching you how to be available for more men, or to have a variety of men to choose from. This woman sleeps around. She flat out just said she sleep around. As a woman who values herself and her body and her time and her temple, why in the world would she want to sleep around with a whole bunch of men? It doesn't make sense. So just start listening to these women and what they're saying. Not all of them mean well. Even when y'all be listening to She-Ra and she be talking that sprinkle shit, it's a whole bunch of toxic shit in what she be saying, but y'all listen to her. And of course, I'm not going to hate on her. Y'all want to listen, but I'm just telling you, a lot of that shit that they be telling y'all will get y'all further away from men. What y'all truly want is a real partnership with a decent guy. And y'all really need to understand what it means to be wealthy. I believe that the difficulty in finding a wealthy man to marry or date stems from the fact that they make up a small percentage of the population. While it may be tempting to pursue someone based solely on their financial status, it's important to keep in mind that wealth does not necessarily equate to desirable character or compatibility in a relationship. So pursuing someone solely based on their financial status can lead to disappointment and a lack of fulfillment in the long run. So it's important to prioritize finding someone who shares your values and treats you with respect, rather than focusing solely on their financial standing. I'm not saying date broke dusties. I'm not saying be a build-a-bear bitch. I'm just saying. This woman sat here and talked about how she doesn't want to be with men who deal with trauma, and then turns around and talks about her promiscuity and how she only dates wealthy men. Well, the reason why you hate your own race and are choosing to date outside of your race as if the only thing that's beneficial to dating people outside of their race is because of their wealth and how you benefit. The reason why you think that is because of the trauma you have experienced and the trauma that's still on your back. A true partnership is not about one person being dependent on the other, but rather it's about a mutual independence, which both parties can rely on each other. Dependency in a relationship can be unhealthy and can lead to a power imbalance that can be detrimental to the well-being of both of the people involved. So it's important to recognize that draining a partner financially is not a healthy way to deal with past trauma or mistreatment. This behavior can perpetuate a cycle of abuse and lead to further harm to both people involved. So it's important for individuals to seek help and support to heal from their past experiences rather than resorting to harmful tactics in their relationships. In a partnership, both partners should feel valued and respected with open and honest communication and a willingness to work together towards a common goal. This kind of partnership can be a source of strength and support for both parties, allowing them to navigate life's challenges together. When women teach you what this woman is teaching you, she's teaching you how to drain someone. This is an energy vampire. This is a woman who only wants to take, and not really give a man anything in return. And the reason why this woman is like this has to do with her own trauma and issues from previous situations.
They call me a god. 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 Let's
Own an Opulence, the inspiring memoir that I wrote for women, is about how I went from being pregnant and homeless in Atlanta to living in a $500,000 home in Northern California, making a mid-six figures. Not only does Own an Opulence offer an incredible true story of me overcoming adversity, but it's also packed with practical tips to help you achieve your own success. From conquering heartbreak and disappointment to fixing your credit and starting an online business. My book will guide you every step of the way to becoming the best version of yourself. But why would I stop there? Own an Opulence also shares secrets to building a successful social media presence and becoming a personality in your own right. With my book as your guide, you can tap into the power of your unique voice and build a life of true abundance. Don't wait to start living the life you deserve. Buy Own an Opulence today and join the thousands of readers who have found inspiration and success with this remarkable memoir and my amazing story of triumph. My name is Soncerae Monique, and I'm looking forward to helping you succeed.